Hello, dear children. I am back with another concept in mathematics. You all know that we are learning all about the three-digit numbers. Now that we know how to compare the two numbers, let's revise how we place them in the ascending and descending order. Well, you all have done this concept in class 1 with two-digit numbers. That's the reason I said let us revise. I hope you all remember the meaning of ascending and descending. Yes, you are right. While ascending means to climb up, descending means to come down. Like when we climb the stairs and go from down to up, it's ascending. And when a plane is coming down to land, it's descending. In ascending order, we place objects in such a manner that they are placed from smaller to bigger. While in the descending order, it's the opposite. They are placed from bigger to smaller. Let us understand this with a few examples. Have you ever noticed the germination of a seed? How the tiny seed with some water, sunlight, and air begins to grow bigger to a plant, usually into a big tree. So, the different stages of germination from a seed to a fully grown tree can be placed in ascending order, that is, smaller to bigger. Now, let me give you another example. At night, have you ever noticed the moon? Does it look the same every day? No, of course not. The moon also grows from smaller to bigger. Every month, there is a day when there is no moon in the sky. We call it a new moon day. Then gradually, we start witnessing the various phases of the moon. First, it looks like a thin curve, also called the crescent moon. Then, it grows bigger and becomes like a semicircle or the half moon. Then further bigger and we call it the gibbous moon. Finally, we see the moon as a full circle or the full moon. So, these different phases of the moon can be drawn in their ascending order, which means from smaller to bigger. Once the moon is full, then it begins to get smaller and again it turns into the gibbous moon, followed by the half moon and then the crescent moon and the new moon. Now this journey of moon from the full moon to the new moon day, that is, from being big to getting smaller, is the descending order. I hope through both the examples you have understood the meaning of ascending and descending. Now, children, in maths, when we are dealing with numbers, we can arrange them in both ways. Ascending order, which means smaller to bigger, and the descending order, which means bigger to smaller. And we have to be very careful. We need to remember the basic rule of comparing the numbers. And what is that rule? Yes, you all know it. We start with the numbers in the hundreds place. The number which has the least hundreds is the smallest. But what do we do when there are two or more numbers having same amount of hundreds? Then we move to the tens place and compare how many tens do they have, and the number with more tens is a bigger number. And just in case we have all numbers with same amount of hundreds and tens, then can you think what should we do? Yes, you guessed it right. Then we need to compare the ones. So what did we learn? We learned that while comparing numbers, we go from left to right. That is, first we compare the hundreds, and then the tens, and then the ones. In the ascending order, the number which is the smallest is written first, followed by the bigger ones and the biggest at the end. But it's just the other way around in the descending order. Here we first write the biggest number and then gradually go to the smaller ones, and the smallest is written at the end. I hope the concept of ascending and descending is clear. We will practice it with lots of numbers in our maths class. But before I go, I want you all to put on your thinking caps and find any one example of either ascending order or the descending order, which means you have to think what grows from small to big or the opposite, big to small. Bye for now.